All right, Shalom. This is Harwan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, Layahawa, Ba Hashem Yahweh Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Let me get some Mayan mud throat. All right, this is from the New York Times, an article dealing with one of Iran's biggest navy ships. All right, was they believe it was attacked today. All right. Now it says this, and it actually sank. You know, they sank the ship. It says fire sink Iran's largest warship and ravage big refinery. All right, I'm gonna read that again. Fires sink Iran's largest warship and ravage big refinery. The double fire raised suspicions that Iran was once again a sabotage target. As diplomacy to resurrect the nuclear deal advanced. All right. So Biden has recently been talking with Iran about renegotiating their nuclear deal that Trump, uh, canceled 3 years ago. Iran's largest Navy ship sank on Wednesday after catching fire in the Gulf of Oman near a major shipping lane. This is the latest in a series of explosions, fires, and other mishaps at Iranian military and nuclear infrastructure in the recent months, right? And you see, they talking about Russia hitting America with cyber attacks as well, sabotage. You know, it could turn to sabotage. But now they're saying that Israel um, may have played a part in this, the sabotage, because they don't want that deal to go through with Biden and Iran. All right, with America and Iran. So it says this: June 2nd, 2021, Cairo. Mysterious fires sank Iran's largest warship and burned a big Tehran oil refinery on Wednesday. So they damaged the oil. That damages the economy. Seemingly unconnected blazes that nonetheless raised suspicions the country had once again been targeted by Israeli saboteurs, which is possible, man. Most likely possible. It's most likely true. All right, because they're the devil. The fires broke out hours after Iran was reporting progress in in talks aimed at resurrecting the international nuclear agreement scrapped 3 years ago by the Trump administration. See, so they wanted to, you know, they were having progress in their talks. It says which the Biden administration wants to restore. Which not really. Israel, which regards Iran as dangerous as a dangerous adversary, opposes such an accord, contending it will not stop Iran from weaponizing nuclear fuel. So Israel, they don't want that accord between America and Iran. All right. Revival of the accord would alleviate onerous economic sanctions imposed by the United States in exchange for guarantees that Iranian nuclear works remain peaceful. Iran has sought to prevent recent acts of sabotage by derailing the nuclear negotiations, but it has acknowledged serious security holes in Israel's infiltration abilities, including an explosion that wrecked part of its Natanz uranium enrichment complex less than 2 months ago. Israel has tactically acknowledged uh, responsibility for the Natanz explosion and attacks on other Iranian nuclear facilities. That's right. So why wouldn't they do this one as well? As well as the brazen killing of a top nuclear scientist. It neither confirmed nor denied any role in the fires. See, that's how Israel worked. They will never tell what they did. They'll always say um, they can neither confirm nor deny. The blaze on the warship, the Karg, broke out as the vessel was deployed in a Gulf of Oman training exercise. The Tasnim news agency described the Karg as a training and logistical ship that had been in service for more than 40 years. The exact cause of the fire was unclear, right? And at the same time, Iran is sending ships into the Atlantic Ocean right now. All right. They're sending Navy ships over here. And they say they might be headed for Venezuela. So that's something as well. Military and civilian crews battled the fire for 20 hours. Wow. Before the ship sank off the coast of southern port of Jask, Tasnim reported. The crew members managed to evacuate after the fire broke out and were transferred to the shore, the report said, suggesting that there was no casualties. All right. It says the Karg, also spelled Kark, is English. In English, serves as a naval replenishment ship and is Iran's largest vessel by weight, according to an analysis of Iran's navy. Later Wednesday, a massive fire broke out at a large state-owned petrochemical refinery in southern Tehran. Billowing plumes of smoke and flames could be seen from all corners of the capital more than 12 miles away. All right, the head of Tehran's Emergency Response Committee, Manzoor Darajati, said a leak in one of the pipelines carrying liquid gas had caught fire and caused an explosion, according to the state media. All right, so that could have been as well, but a sabotage could have caused the leak. Iranian media accounts said at least 18 storage tankers were in flames and quoted Tehran's mayor as saying more than 100 fire trucks had been deployed from every Tehran firehouse to battle the inferno. All right. Although official Iranian media did not ascribe blame, the historical pattern was not lost on many Iranians, given the history of covert Israeli operations on Iranian targets. Just hours after the ship fire, the refinery blaze erupted. So they, they're trying to say it was Israel. All right, we can't assess definitely what was happened, what has happened. So I ain't gonna read all of this. It's a long ass article. I'm gonna read this one more part. In April, an Iranian military vessel stationed in the Red Sea was damaged by an apparent Israeli mine attack. The first time Israeli Iranian skirmishes at sea had affected an Iranian ship used for military purposes. All right. So, hey, man, yeah. So they believe that this was another sabotage by Israel on Iran, one of their biggest ships. All right. So, in hopes that they're saying, Israel would want to stop the progress of their nuclear talks with America. All right, because the scriptures speak about Armageddon, World War III kicking off, man, and you got Israel, basically hating. All right. This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Babylon. Babylon is America today. And his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. All right, so Israel, the land of Israel, is going to be desolate, just like America. They're both being drawn into this war, and the least of them, Israel, is going to draw them out into the war. Man, it's called going from a proxy war to a direct hot war. All right, and ultimately, Babylon, America today, the place of confusion, is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, according to the scriptures. So they're gonna keep poking the bear, keep poking Russia, keep poking the Persians and the Chinese. They're gonna keep coming at them, and ultimately they're gonna get uh, attacked. All right, and Iran knows that Israel and America is behind some of these attacks as well, and give them permission. Because if not, all America would have to do is say, "Hey, Israel, you can't do it no more," and they would stop. Just like they could easily say, "Hey, stop shooting down so-called black people in the streets," and they would have to stop. They would have to set up laws in place, but they're not going to do that because that's their agenda. All right. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. So there's an appointed moment to where this war is going to kick off, and they're not going to be able to stop it. All right. When the Most High has a appointed moment, an appointed time, just like in World War II and World War I. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. So it's being manifest, the prophecies. So it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, right? You got people like P. Diddy telling us, what are we going to do? We can't be waiting for somebody to come and save us. It ain't going to happen. See, he lost patience. And plus he has lack of knowledge, all right? Understanding of the truth. But people like that have lost patience. But the Lord said, what? Wait for it, man. Blessed are those that wait for him until he rise up to the prey. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Right? These the fake Jews over there, that let you know that they're not the real Jews, because the just are going to live by faith. And their soul is lifted up through their freedom of going to war, their thievery, their riches and wealth. You know, them fake Jews in our land. So their soul, which is lifted up, is not right in them, man. They're not doing nothing good by going attacking Iran and these other nations like Palestine. It's not something righteous that they're doing. Yea, also, well, the Persians going to get judged as well, and the Palestinians. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Right? Through their philosophies, their demonocracy, and their Christianity, um, through that they're proud. Neither keepeth at home. See, they going into other people's lands, bombing them, attacking them, sabotaging stuff, setting up, regimes there, puppet regimes, but proxies. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's talking about America, Babylon. All right, that's really backing those fake Jews over there, the land of Israel. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? So all these nations are going to rise up suddenly out of nowhere. It's going to seem like suddenly, but they've been real patient. But it's going to be the Lord that raises them up for that appointed time. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. See, that's what they're doing. They're still spoiling many nations. All right. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. All these nations are going to spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, man, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, and that's what they do. They destroy and rob other nations just to keep themselves safe, and that's not right. All right, the scriptures say the least of them shall draw them out. All right, Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief, meaning unexpectedly. All right, the prophecies. He said, "What they will surely come, man. You know, though they tarry, wait for it." And all these nations are going to rise up suddenly, out of nowhere. Behold, I come as a thief, and Yahweh Shai going to appear. All right, after all the prophecies. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. All right, so you got to stay in the truth. Keep yourself, keep the laws to the best of your ability. Keep doing the work. All right, all to the end. Not listening to people like Diddy telling some, what we gonna do, man? We gotta fight. How we fight? We gotta get money, man. Yeah. And all right, so he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. That's Armageddon, which means the mountain of troops. All them nations gonna meet up over there for a great battle that's gonna kick off into a world war, a hot war. All right, it's gonna reach all the way to the Americas. Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. All right. He said, do it, Terry, wait for it, man. It shall surely come. You know, it's near, man. And he said, do it, and it hasteth greatly, it's moving fast. All right. Even though according to men count slackness, but according to Most High's time, it's right on time. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That's all their soldiers. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. The wars, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. That's gonna happen overseas and over here on the soil of America. 18. Neither their silver, this people like Diddy, P Diddy or Puff Daddy. He say, he's like, we gotta get money. That's how you do it. He's like, forget all that other stuff. We do all that later. Waiting on somebody to come save us. Nobody gonna come save us. We gotta get this money. It's like, okay. Our people get money for centuries. 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. All right, so hey man, expected to show up. Um, World War III, Armageddon right at the doors.